Welcome back to ShortStories&More, where we read to you our most intriguing stories. This evening, we're bringing in the new year the story about the importance of manifestation with a little love on the side. So, hit the subscribe button, relax, and enjoy the story. Wish You Were Here by Ember Yarrow. Aria adjusts her beret as she steps into her new apartment. A cozy space adorned with artsy floor rugs and velvet floor-length curtains, infused with the subtle scent of sandalwood and fresh canvas. By day, she guides others on a journey of healing, using art as their compass. By night, she immerses herself in her paintings, her untamed creativity matched only by her sharp wit. Yet, amidst unpacked boxes and the watercolor wash of possibilities, her thoughts drift like brushstrokes to simpler desires. Someone to share this new space with, someone to laugh with, cook dinner with, and spend quiet evenings fully present together. In the elevator, Aria encounters a fellow resident, a sprightly older woman with a penchant for dramatic storytelling.
The last tenant here,
the woman says, leaning conspiratorially close,
was a magician's wife. She believed in real magic.
Aria inches closer, intrigued despite herself by the mysterious tale.
Supposedly, she enchanted her husband to run off with his assistant to have a peaceful life. Imagine that.
The woman pauses, a knowing gleam in her eyes.
Then she found true love with her second husband. Together they traveled the world collecting magical relics.
She leans even closer.
Ever heard of the Museum of Arcane Magic? That's where all her rare treasures ended up.
Her voice drops to a whisper, as though sharing a closely guarded secret. By the end of the ride, Aria thanks her lucky stars they don't share a wall, and makes a mental note to avoid becoming her next story. She chuckles, imagining her place overflowing with wizardly artifacts. Well, if there's any leftover magic, I could use a spell to speed up this unpacking. Later, while settling into her new studio, formerly the library, Aria discovers an ancient-looking pen buried at the back of a drawer. The pen is oddly ornate, its golden casing etched with unfamiliar symbols. She examines it, tilting her head. Could this be magic? Maybe a wand, she muses, recalling her neighbor's tale. Giving it an experimental twirl, she imagines the cluttered boxes disappearing in a puff of smoke. She laughs at herself before dropping the pen back in the drawer. The past year has unfolded like a well-composed painting. Her therapy practice thriving, her own art evolving, but she longs for someone to share her life with. As New Year's Eve approaches, Aria zeroes in on a single, focused intention: finding love. For the new year, her vision board holds one goal: the love story she yearns to begin. She gathers her supplies, but realizes something is missing. Wine. Typical, she mutters, and rushes to the store, returning with a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon and dark chocolate. By evening, Her apartment is a cozy mess of art supplies, with music playing softly in the background and the TV ready for the countdown. Aria starts crafting her board, placing at its center a painting she created months ago. A mysterious man from her dream that first surfaced the night after her initial apartment tour. She has long sensed he represented her ideal partner. With her intuition now turned to exploring his qualities, she carefully detailed traits: kindness, humor, ambition, emotional intelligence, financial stability, and above all, true loyalty. Her evolving portrait of an extraordinary connection. She pulls out her brush pens, but strangely, none of them work. Frustrated, she searches her studio until she remembers that unusual pen. She retrieves it from the drawer. Its tip is perfect for lettering, gliding effortlessly across the paper. She writes every trait with flourish, the ink shimmering delicately under the soft light. When the board is complete, she frames it and leans stiff against the wall. Sipping her wine, Aria stares at the painting. You are my greatest wish. Her voice filled with tipsy sentimentality. Raising her glass in a gesture of a toast, she adds, "Wish you were here." With the pen in her other hand, she notices it glowing, but dismisses the faint aura as her imagination just when the clock strikes 12. The next morning, her phone buzzes with Happy New Year messages. Half awake, she catches the aroma of food coming from the kitchen. Weird, she murmurs. Her sister has a habit of showing up unannounced, but she doesn't remember giving her a key. She calls out, her voice cutting through the morning silence. "Hi, love. Is that you? You better not have stolen my spare key again." The words echo and dissolve into an oppressive quiet. No response. No familiar rustle of movement. Just stillness. Her heart pounds as she grips the baseball bat. It feels cold and reassuring in her hand. Hair bristles at the back of her neck, and goosebumps cover her arms. Each step toward the kitchen heightens the danger. Her muscles tense and eyes wide, scanning for any signs of life. She moves deliberately, nerves on edge and breath shallow. The hallway stretches before her, shadows growing in the low light. Turning the corner, her breath stops. There, in the kitchen, stands a stranger, a figure that does not belong. Aria freezes, adrenaline surging, confusion and fear colliding. We hope you enjoyed the first part of our series. What do you think will happen next time? Who Who do you think is the stranger in Aria's home? Leave us your thoughts. Until we read again, stay intrigued.